But we're gonna sit here and talk it out real quick and get these volumes where they need to be at. Because I got 3 people. I usually do 2 mics, so now that I got 3, I just want to make sure we straight. Okay. And then after that, we'll get it rocking and rolling. See, I told you we wasn't gonna go straight into it.
Yeah.
That would have been. That ain't no good.
There was so much though. Like, so I was saying to Sissy before we came, I was like, we can do no type of like promoting or should we have?
Nah.
Okay.
No. I mean, there's going to be a time where I have it more together and to be able to do that, you know?
Should we have?
There's going to be a time where I have it more together and to be able to do that, you know? Should we have? There's going to be a time where because let me hear you say something, Crystal.
1212 Steel City, Amazon, Crystal Bartley. Here at the 1028 podcast.
Dope. All right, cool. So
you sound sexy.
Yeah, you do. You sound amazing, lady. You sound amazing.
I'm sorry.
And you know what? We about to just get it started now, man.
I'm sorry.
Let's just do it. Let's get this thing rocking, man. You guys are in for a treat. I can't wait to talk about this one. This one's going to be this one's close to the heart. This one. No, it is. Don't it? I see y'all laughing and smiling. I really mean that. This one's going to be one of those ones that just mean a lot to me, man. I can't wait to hear about y'all journey. But for that, hold up, guys. We're going to get right to you. You guys can watch the screen until we get this thing together. All right. Worry about it. Hey, what's going on, y'all? Hey, man. We are here. We are back. I know you haven't seen me in a while. And this one right here that we're about to do, can't wait for you guys to actually listen in on this episode. I am sitting here with 2 phenomenal poets, but more importantly, phenomenal people out here doing some beautiful things in this Pittsburgh area, man. You got to, let's clap it up real quick. Let's clap it up on that one. I love I'm sitting here with Miss IncoMEplete.
Yes, thank you.
And Steel City, Amazon. Hello. How you doing? How you doing? Doing good?
Fantastic.
Doing fantastic. We've been seeing y'all up and down my timeline, man. Up and down my timeline. Not just dropping bars, but spreading positivity. You know what I mean? Yeah, I guess for those that are watching that don't know who you are, what you do, you mind introducing yourselves? We can start with you, Miss IncoMEplete.
Okay, well, my name is IncoMEplete.
Hello.
And I am an artist.
An artist? Don't be shy. Don't be shy. You more than an artist. You so much doper.
I'm a creative, but my lane of creativity is writing. So I am a poet and a growing spoken word artist.
Yo, that's so dope. You know what? Like, I always use I start using that phrase now instead of just like a poet or just an artist. I use the word creative. Like that's my thing. Like I'm like, hold up, it doesn't matter if I got a canvas in front of me or if I'm painting with a camera, like doing videography work. I look at it as a creative process, and even like there's days where I don't feel like painting, but I'm still creative. You know what I mean?
It's an inclusive word.
Ooh, inclusive. I like that. You're right. It is an inclusive because it is a more welcoming word. Because the word artist or poet that does feel intimidating to those that don't realize they are that.
Right.
Speaking of that, Steel City Amazon, you mind introducing yourself and letting us know who you are?
Yes, my name is Crystal Bartley, aka Steel City Amazon, and you can follow me on all platforms, including Cash App.
Yeah.
I Steel City Amazon, y'all.
You said include Cash App. That's the first, and I'm definitely stealing. They say good artist borrow, great artist steal. I am taking that. And yo, that was heavy. I love that. Yo,
we love that. Yo, like when she introduces herself every time, it's like, you know, in the beginning when we started being out together, it's like, you know, next to the stage, Steel City Amazon. And I would yell from the crowd, Steel City Amazon! You know, but you need that. Sometimes, you know, we're all nervous. We need that energy.
Yeah, you gotta have that. You gotta project it, man. Like, there's this thing that I've seen this video where it says people only respect you as much as you respect yourself. So if you bring yourself to that stage with like you just did and you projected it, you know what I mean? It demands my attention. I no longer have to ask for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like so when you were just saying, when you just dropped that on me, I perked up like this. I was like, oh, am I in trouble? Like, you know what I'm saying? There was something, the vibrations of your voice just rose me up like this. I'm like, okay, I'm here now. We here now. Like that was dope. Yeah, that was dope. You know, speaking about being on stage, you know, how did that whole thing start for y'all? You know, and feel free to whoever wants to go first. How did you fall in love with this?
I was introduced to Pittsburgh Poetry Collective by way of IncoMEplete inviting me to the space, and I had recently began writing poetry again as an adult.
Okay.
And I was inspired to share. And so that was over a year ago with the Pittsburgh Poetry Collective at PA Market. And it was so empowering. It was just what I didn't know that I needed.
Yeah.
So you were writing poetry early in your life when you were younger? Was that
Yes.
something?
I wrote poetry when I was younger, wrote raps, that type of thing.
You would spit bars, Crystal?
I mean,
Steel City Amazon.
Very short bars. I had a rap that I would do.
We gotta hear it.
You want to do that on this? This is gonna be the first rap.
No, we gotta hear it.
Hold up.
Whatever you retain.
Hold up. Is this gonna be? Are you about to drop this? Are you about to bless us with your sixth grade? You know what I'm saying? 16?
Not at this time.
Okay, cool. We're gonna bring you back. We're gonna have to bring you back for that.
All right.
We gotta bring you back for that.
Invite me back.
I love that. I love that. So, and you said when you found it later on in life, it felt like you didn't even realize how much you needed it.
Yes.
Why did you need it so much?
I needed it because it was a part of my healing journey as well. I was battling mental health and relationships and trying to find myself. And so within that, I was able to outwardly express all of the things that I was holding in.
Right.
And it made me be empowered and liberated in a lot of ways. And so having the platform to be able to share the poetry was amazing.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Because that's familiar to me. You know, as being an artist, being someone who touches paint to canvas, the feeling that I feel like when I'm touching that canvas, I'm for sure. I'm not for sure a lot of times in my day-to-day, but when I got that brush in my hand and that canvas is in front of me, and I pick the color and I commit, and there's a release of like, you know, it's like I don't know what, but the way you explained it, I think is even better. So what about you, IncoMEplete? How did that you know, how did that first time happen?
I like what you said with the committing to a release. So I revisited the avenue of poetry after loss. Didn't speak much. I more so wrote my thoughts down. So trying to find self and deal with that in a positive, healing way, I found the Pittsburgh Poetry Collective. And I found their Still City Slam and open mic. So I was like, hey cuz, I found this thing I'm interested in. Do you want to go? And she's like, yeah. So I sat there and I listened to people share their most intimate thoughts, their most intrusive thoughts, and their stories, and just listen to them be their most authentic selves. And I finally went up to share one time, and it was so, it felt like a weight just lifted from me, because I felt safe enough to share part of my story that I was actually living like in real time. So to find a space that was safe, that eventually nurtured the artist that I am today, like I'm forever grateful for finding the collective.
Sheesh. You just felt that. I'm doing this the whole time too. So like y'all have to deal with this. There's gonna be a lot of snap your finger. I might just, you know.
Yeah.
Nah, it's man, it's beautiful to go through life and to have an outlet.
Yeah.
Like I'm grateful. I'm grateful for this way of releasing, like emptying my cup.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And now I hope and I wish and I pray that everybody who's watching, anybody in this world can find that, because a lot of times that's where you're going to find your peace. You know, we take so much in. We take so much in, and we think it's indefinite. The space inside of us is indefinite, but you need a way to push. You need a way to empty your cup, because so you can feel more into it. And like being a creative, a lot of times that being the outcome, the work that you get out of there can be transcending. Because it's a purity. You have to be honest with yourself to get something that actually resonates with people. So, what is the right? You know, before we do go forward, how did you guys pick the names like that? Because I want to call you something different, but I'm not going to do that because we in the creative space here. You Still City, Amazon, hello, and yeah, man, call me. I don't know, man. Call me Cool as Ice, Twice as Nice. I don't know what you can call me.
Cool as Ice, Twice as Nice.
Snap your fingers. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Showing her age.
We are,
Keep
man.
on snapping now.
Yeah, they are snapping. They are. They you know. Yeah, how did the names come along? Let's move this thing forward. Get off the age something.
Right.
Nah, just kidding. But how did you come up with the name?
So I came up with my name because I didn't want anyone to know my real name. Okay. It's like, you know.
You still hiding it.
It was like,
you hiding it,
like, yeah. Nobody. It's just, why y'all asking all these questions? Right. I just want to share. So I came up with IncoMEplete, went through a journey of spelling and visually, you know. Right. But the initial feeling that I had after loss and my, you know, using my outlet in the medium of poetry, I felt incomplete. But over time, I realized that I am far from incomplete. I was created whole. But
I just caught it. Incomplete one is now backwards and one.
yeah. So people tend to not understand that initially. Or I have people say like, oh no, you're far from incomplete. It's like, I know. We all are far from incomplete. But when you're going through loss and tragedy, there's nothing else to think of. But what do I do now? Like, there's nothing left. Or what do I have to give to make this whole again? You have all the pieces that you need in your life from the beginning. And we will lose. But we will also gain.
Hello.
But the me is the reminder that, like, I have a saying, every beginning has an end, and it always starts with me. Right? If we're not present, or if we're not a part of things in our lives, nothing would be complete. So, like, to remember that, self is always the most important piece to anything that we do.
Absolutely.
As we, travel through life. Some of our pictures may seem broken, but it's like back to the omniscient view.
Right.
We can only see what we see ahead. We're not created to see everything.
Right.
Because like you said, we don't realize it until the end eventually at the end. But incomplete comes from the journey of healing and understanding self and finding purpose and knowing that we're always whole.
Right, that is dope. And what about you, Miss Amazon?
Steel City, Amazon.
I know, look at that projection. You see me saying? I sit up when you talk. I'm like,
oh my goodness. It was a journey for me to come with the name. So Crystal Bartley has been on the scene. That is who I am inherently. But I've tried out different names and going to different open mics like Be Social, Wine Poetry, Pittsburgh Poetry Collective, and I came to conclusion that it made the most sense for me to have
so I'm just making sure I got this right.
The name that's tattooed on me.
Tattooed. Okay.
Steel City Amazon is on my wrist. I got this a few years ago. Quite a few years ago. And it represented the fact that I love my city. I love where I'm from. I represent. It is it's helped molded me. And Amazon, I am a warrior queen.
Talk that
and
talk.
I'm a veteran. I stand strong. And I am all about femininity and womanhood and everything that is positive around that.
I love that.
So, Steel City Amazon, I am strong. I am resilient.
Yes, you are.
And all of those positive attributes that you want to contribute to Amazon. And so I stuck with that name. And I've been encouraged by people in the crowd yelling for me, Steel City Amazon!
Hello.
Yeah,
I can hear it. I can
every
see
time.
it. I can feel it.
Yeah.
I can feel it. When you talk, when you, like, before we cut the cameras on, right? You went a little bit low.
Yeah, I was nervous.
But this seems like your natural state. Like when you get in front of a microphone, it's live. You turn on.
Absolutely.
And you're not different. You're not acting different. It's just your projection. There's an energy that just seems to ignite. There's a confidence. You know, like there's something
you
there.
catching my aura.
I'm an artist, so I feel things. You know what I mean? I know how I feel.
Right.
That's how I feel. You know, and it's that's dope. That's dope. That's dope, man. Yeah. All right. Yes. Now I'm up. You know, you got me sitting up. I'm trying to be on my LL. You know what I'm saying? Now you got me. I'm sitting up there. No, but names are. Yes. So I think of like Sasha Fierce and Beyonce, right? Like there's almost like an alter ego. I step into this person. Like when I get in my studio, there's a different there's a different mindset that I have to go into to be pure. Because I'm so filtered out in this world. Right. Like you're not getting I try my best to bring myself 100%, but I'm not there in life yet where I can purely be the same person in the world that I am in front of the mirror in the bathroom. And I think it's a natural thing.
Yeah.
And the goal is to make sure that those two aren't different people.
Right.
But until I develop that skill, I live in complete confidence in front of a canvas. And there's this I don't know if I gave that individual a name yet though. So now it's like, now y'all got me certain, the way y'all found yours, I'm like, okay, there's going to be some things happening where I'm like, I got to name, I have to identify it or that individual, and it's very interesting because I really want to, I know we grew up together. So there's I'm fighting this, but no, I'm not, I'm sitting in front of IncoMEplete. I'm sitting in front of Still City Amazon. You know what I mean? And I'm like, hold up. Who am I? You know what I'm saying?
You are the
Yeah, but
artist,
that's dope. No, who is that person I tap into that I know is there, but I never tagged the name. I never put a name tag on this person.
Find that handle.
Yeah, I think that's a fun journey in itself.
Yeah.
Speaking of the journey, we got some things popping off. So like I said, y'all been popping up and down my timeline, and Still City Amazon. There's some things happening that I've seen this past week. I haven't got a chance to watch the actual video, but if you don't mind bringing the people up to par or up to what's the word?
Well,
just tell the people what's going on.
Give you a status update.
Yeah, give us a status update.
What's been going on over the last week or so?
Yeah.
Well, we want to take it back a little bit.
Come on with it.
And talk about Cocktail Dreams. That was on Stiller Sunday.
Okay.
And it's definitely a vibe. The next one is going to be October 13th. Then the Pittsburgh Poetry Collective had a 1-year anniversary on this past Tuesday.
The Poetry Lounge.
At the Poetry Lounge. I'm sorry, not the Pittsburgh Poetry Collective, but the Poetry Lounge that hosts our open mics and slams.
Okay.
Celebrated a year, and that was really dope.
Dope.
So so a new venue on the scene.
Voted the best new bar in the city.
I seen that pop up, y'all. Not on your timeline. Someone else has put. I may follow them now or something like that. But that was the one that just started. You guys were the initial first crew on that stage as well, too, right?
We started out with the open mics there hosting.
Right. I remember that. I didn't know exactly what I was looking at, but I knew it was like we're getting this key turn.
Yeah,
we're hitting this engine. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut it.
There's a lot of collaborative things going on. We support a lot of the activities that's going on in the city. On Thursday, we had Thorough Thursday with Cool and Cole and Sapio Senses, aka Mike Smalls.
Right.
Shout out to them that holds it on the 1st and 3rd.
The next one is the 18th at the Nobleman Cigar Lounge in Penn Hills.
Absolutely. So that's always a good time. And on Friday, which was every other Friday,
Hello.
it's Wine and Poetry.
Yeah.
Featuring the featured poet is Cannabis Queen.
Hey, Queen.
This is Talon Shawnee.
Cannabis Queen.
Yes, and the founder Keith takes wonderful photos at the end. And
for some reason, I feel like there's so much more into that. There's so much. You said wonderful pictures, but the way you said it, I did not trust the fact. Hold up, there's something else happening with these pictures.
The poetry family, or real family.
That's a community, man. It's a community, and
it's just so many events that's happening in the city. We're collaborating is everything. There is an event tonight with a fan of the Loca. It's going to be a masquerade ball. So that's amazing. Last night I got to go to a gala at Veterans Leadership Program and Wine and Poetry. It was a beautiful evening of grown and sexiness.
Absolutely. I love grown and sexiness.
We had the opportunity to go to the August Wilson house.
Yeah, so
what day was that?
I'm always on the lookout for events because, like she said, the community The support, like, I'm there. I'm like, Sissy, this is happening. Let's go.
Let's go.
So the August Wilson House had their launching of the Poets Corner, which was hosted by Orlando Watson.
Yes.
He goes by Lingo Lango.
Okay.
And
shout out to Lingo Lango, just because that name is just
right. It's like it makes you want to know more.
Yeah.
He hosted the launching where Mike Smalls, Diarra Amani, and Native Maya Wright were featured poets there. Right. So we had the opportunity to bless the mic on the open mic segment.
Right.
And just the ambiance. Oh, he even got a pianist in the corner.
Yes.
The name
of time.
Yo.
Forgive me ahead of time, but I want to say Chris Baker.
Chris Baker.
I believe so. But it was just so welcoming. It really felt like they made the house a home, right?
Right.
And within our community, we were able to experience every artist just be pure.
Yeah, man.
And I love that I get to share this journey with her, and we are doing something together.
Yes.
In the city.
Oh, hello. Come on with it, man. Let's snap this up. You know what I'm saying? I like that. Snap this up, man. It's very interesting because knowing that there was a poetry community in Pittsburgh, I haven't seen it highlighted like the way it's highlighted now. It's starting to seem like it's becoming more common on my timeline to see more poetry out there, which is beautiful. If you think about it, man, I really didn't start to notice, and this is a good thing, I didn't really start to notice it until I would see you guys posting it every day. And I'm like, hold up, is this different? Is this content reused? No, it's not. It's every day is different content. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's a different space. Before you guys arrived today, I was able to see Grand City Wine and Poetry post, and it was just like, but it's like that all the time, and it's really dope. Even when you're doing your car rides. Your car rides in the morning, I listen. I stop and I listen. If I don't watch them live, I go back and I watch them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm on that.
Yeah. Pour it out.
And it's really dope because even when I'm watching, I'm also seeing other people that are becoming more familiar visually. Like if I was to see them on the street, like, oh, I've seen you before. Like, because you guys have a crew, you have a like, it's a team, and I'm starting. It's a community. It's a community. Now, we were talking before, because I'm kind of gonna go left here, but we were talking because we're going to talk about on stage and sometimes how you have to always overcome yourself to do it. Like the butterflies don't go away. I don't care how many times you do it. The butterflies don't go away.
They're here right now.
Yeah. So when I'm doing this podcast, and this is where I got to thank y'all. It's been 2 weeks, maybe 2 weeks since I've done a stream, and for some reason I was at this point where it was like I was always pushing it to the side every day. I was pushing it to the side every day. So this was able to get me to, like, I'm feeling myself right now. Like, I'm in my zone right now.
I love that.
And it was like I did, like, your presence here today has got me back on here. And I feel like I'm supposed to be here.
It's kismet.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
She thought of you. We thought that it would be a fantastic idea, and you were open to it.
Yeah.
And so it's just for us to be able to share part of our journey with you, just a synopsis of a part of the things that we are able to do and be a part of on your platform, which is
full circle.
It truly is.
Yeah.
So it's something to be grateful and thankful for. You set up in here is amazing.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And and like sometimes getting here, even though I've done this quite a few times, but getting here, you kind of it never gets to the point where it's easy and you just come up here and do it. You always have to like overcome yourself to get to the place where you should do the thing where you're being creative.
Yeah.
Now, how long have you guys been doing poetry? If you can give me a time frame, maybe a year, 2 years. I mean, when it would say consistently hitting the stage.
Consistently hitting the stage for myself. Well, can I go back a little?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So like, yeah, 2019 was when I discovered Still City Slam in the Pittsburgh Poetry Collective. I was sharing there for maybe a month or two, and I was invited to join them at the City of Asylum, where they held their annual Grand Slam. Or it may have been a showcase. It's a little blurry.
I got you.
But being given that opportunity to participate, it kind of, why do they want me? They ain't got nobody else. But the fact that I, right, imposter syndrome. The fact that I was invited and I allowed myself to accept it, because the timing was shortly in the same time frame of my father passing. So it was like, and I like was starting to share some things that I was starting to share in that space. And I'm like, well, he got a chance to hear my thoughts. You know, we talk, like, I'm a daddy's girl. Yeah. But it was like, you know, dang, but he's not going to see me perform. Or back then I didn't even think like I'm performing. It's just like I'm sharing, this is my outlet, and I'm healing. But from then to now, even like through the pandemic, I had opportunities of being featured on a couple albums, or writing, or, you know, just being in lives, because, like, I don't know, Party House, and, you know, we were in a pandemic, so everybody was connecting.
Exactly.
I took a little break, and then when I revisited and popped up at the 412 Slam, was it last year?
2023.
So 23, April.
Yeah.
I invited Amazon.
Right.
And I was like, hey, this is going on. She showed up. A fluorescent, she in these lime green pants, and you know, she speaks before she comes in the room, right? And I love that, right? Love it too. And she came with a notebook. I said, "Are you going to share?" She's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "I'm throwing a slam."
Hello.
And I invited all my people, and they came, and it's truly the support, right? Because without
That's
support,
priceless.
it is, especially when it's from who you want it from. But then, like during the journey, you get it from who you need it from.
Right.
And I lost your question, right?
No. It's okay. But like in this process, you were able to continue to make your way to the stage. Yeah. You know, but like I think someone who's watching this that may be writing at home haven't took that first step, which is the most important. Right. Which is getting on the stage the first time, and they're navigating emotions that I want them to know that are common. Right. They're common. They will never go away, but if you're feeling it, you're in the right space, because you just have to overcome that to get on. So that first time you got on stage, I was so nervous. Can you walk us through that day? And I'm getting to you, Still City Amazon, because I want to hear this as well, especially coming back from as a child writing to that moment though. But that moment, you know, before we go in, we're all gonna be able to look back at one moment that if it didn't happen, then we wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Yes. Pivotal.
All of it.
Pivotal.
All of it.
You know? So like that one moment where if I never hopped on that stage, I would have never realized this outlet was more than just me writing and keep internalizing it. It became even more powerful when you brought it out. Look at the hand motions. I'm talking about my hands out here. We're talking about my hands out here. So yeah, we talk about that first time.
Well, for me, it wasn't even getting on stage. A few years ago, IncoMEplete said that she wanted to go to Washington, D.C. to see a poetry show, and I was with it. So we did a whole road trip. She was doing her poetry thing, since 2019.
Wow,
and we rode out to Washington, D.C. And then after that, we started doing whatever she was into. I would try to support, and so I would sing instead of do poetry. I wasn't doing poetry, so I would sing on stage. We got to do it quite a few times. At the Oasis in East Liberty.
Oh my goodness.
And also at Hazelwood.
Memory Lane.
The cafe, right?
The cafe. So all of the getting on stage, that was the beginning of me being creative and being publicly recognized for a talent that I have. I got positive feedback from the singing, and I'm like, okay. After I experienced some trauma, some mental health issues, I found that poetry that my friend was doing, I'm like, let me try that out.
Yeah.
And the VA, Veterans Administration, offered a group of poets, and I listened the first time, and I came back and I spit the second time. So that wasn't even on stage, that was just within a group, and that was my first time actually sharing. And without all of those exposures,
Right.
getting on stage at Pittsburgh Poetry Collective was a pivotal moment, and that was the beginning of Crystal Bartley, aka Still City Amazon.
Wow.
Talk that talk.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's been a journey.
It's been a journey. Oh,
So
the
thankful.
event. Sorry, sissy.
Yeah.
The event that I invited her to, I didn't know she was going to go. So I was just out of town. You got work? Because I make my own schedule. I'm like, are you available?
You make your schedule.
I need something like that. Ain't that special? I'm off today.
Yeah, I know.
But the event that she's speaking of is what is now one of the largest platforms for poetry in the nation, and it's Pure Poetry Live in DC. Yeah.
Come on.
Which I hope to go back to with my sissy, you know,
Yeah,
this thing
full
back
circle.
around,
Full
right?
circle.
And get on the stage.
I can't wait to watch that one.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait to watch that one. Like,
That would be dope.
to watch that whole journey, watch
Yeah.
that unfold, watch you speak that into existence.
Yeah.
That's happening. That's
That
gonna
is
happen. It's happening. I think it's
It will
happening.
happen.
I think y'all just committed. You know?
Commit to
Yeah.
release.
Hello. So, what was I think that's really beautiful, man. How hard is it sometimes to be honest when you're in the process of writing? And then actually bring that on stage.
great question.
Because I think
Wow.
some of the pieces that even I create are so hard to show because it feels like I'm naked.
Yeah.
You know, but that's when I know that it's purely who, that I need to put that out because
Yes,
that's purely
it's
me.
worth
Yeah.
sharing a part of yourself with the world, and you never know how that's going to affect somebody else's journey.
Right.
So it's being vulnerable. So asking how hard is that?
Yeah, how hard is that?
That is very hard. There are tears coming down writing this stuff. There are a million thoughts going through my head writing down these thoughts. I'm feeling release and feeling empowered when I'm writing these thoughts.
Right.
So to translate it from just a thought and putting it on paper is just something that's powerful within itself. Whether it's you having a thought and making a list and checking off your checklist,
Right.
versus you creating a poem about anything.
Yeah.
So, oh man, it's tough.
It's so
tough. You gotta have courage
yeah.
and some girth about you.
Yeah, there's some grit that's involved.
Some grit to try something new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to not care and care at the same
At the
time.
same time.
You know, I don't think any truer words have been spoken right there. You have to not care, but care at the same time.
Yeah, because it's you. And when it's pure and when it's authentic, no one can say anything about that but you.
Yeah, and that's why I'd rather be honest than good. You know what I mean? Like for me, when it comes down to it, and the reason I say that is, like, when I think of good, is it good for, does somebody else think, like for some reason, other people are attached to that word? But when I say honest, I can truly be myself.
It's so.
Yes.
And that, I think that's more rare. Where my biggest battle when I'm in the studio is taking everyone else out of the studio so I can create.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm using this color. What would they think? Whenever I get that thought, I fight it. That's my biggest battle.
What would they think?
Like,
you gotta get that out when you're creating.
Yeah.
Get that out of your head.
I think in my journey going through even therapy, if I had a problem and someone else was attached to it, I'm not looking at the root of it. So like, you know, if I'm creating and I'm creating for myself, if someone else is attached to it, I may not be, if I bring someone else in, I'm not focused on, and this is just my process of how deep I want to, the thing I'm trying to turn into a picture in in myself. You know, I want to dig in here of that emotion and let it draw. And there may be people attached to the story, but the actual feeling that I'm trying to reignite.
Yeah.
I need to be by myself. You know what I mean? Like I got to be by myself in that room. And that's tough. That's tough because there's a lot of motivation coming from other areas, but that's the place where I find my most joy. That's my process. You know, like when you guys are writing, you know, what is the majority of what is the majority of the content coming from?
For me,
Yeah.
my life.
Yeah.
My life and my aspirations, what I hope to be, my fantasies.
Right.
The things that I want to bring to fruition and within my life, the things that I'm perplexed about, the things that I'm struggling with. Just so many things. My experience, my past, my dreams. All of that is the inspiration, but it all comes back to her phrase, Big Me.
Big me. Speaking of Big Me,
it is self, Big me.
Y'all see now the name is starting to break down, man. I'm like, incomplete, but the Big Me.
That's right.
That's why I was spelling your name and then the capital M-E and then the one, and then I'm thinking now because one is now backward. This is getting real. This is layers to this.
So to piggyback
that is heavy.
When you're creating your art, you have to disregard everything that influences you, because what you're doing when you're creating your art is pouring out your experience, and no one can express your experience like you. With us, our medium is writing poetry, so we express emotions. How more deep can you get than that?
That's where
it has to come from self. It can't come from anywhere else when it's authentic. Now, if you're really sharing from your point of view, from your life, it's gonna pour endlessly and effortlessly.
Right.
So no other influence will be attached to that but you. We just shared that Thursdays separately but together, and we both poured out our experience of self. And no one can do that but us. So it all comes back to, you know, we're all pieces in this puzzle, but the most important piece is you. So it has to come from self, your art.
Big me.
Big me.
Big me.
Big me.
Yo, we just broke down the whole name too. I was like,
I hope they listening.
I'm catching the gem. I'm like, oh, this is like this is almost like a Jay-Z bar. Like there's so many layers to this. There's levels to it. But that's beautiful, man. Oh, you know, we 45 minutes in already.
Wow.
I told you, that's why they got 3-hour podcasts, guys. Like that's why these things. Just the conversation. You know, speaking of the conversation, speaking of what it is that you guys are doing. You ladies are doing out here in this beautiful world. You know, when you're on that stage, is there one particular piece that you love to perform? You know, can I call it a performance, or can I just
like that
I don't know if I should use that.
Sometimes it is.
Yeah.
sometimes it's not, but it's like we're artists, so it's like it is a performance. But depending on
what piece do you like to display to the world?
What do you like to do?
Yeah, like what piece? Because that just didn't feel
right. The piece,
right? Because it's not acting. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
to me,
it's not.
It's like embodying an emotion and letting it
in that moment,
letting it live in the present, right? So that's dope.
Yeah. Ooh.
All right, sorry.
You good?
I like to do fun and spicy. I have a lot of serious poems and things of that nature.
Right.
But I like to keep it fun and spicy. And so
that is
her. For real. Just those 2 words
that I got to do.
It's hot.
I won Sexiest Voice at Ohio Meat Grinders. Shout out to them.
That part.
Because it was a crowd vote.
Right.
It wasn't like a judge got to give me this award. It was from the people.
Yeah.
And so I was able to be my sexiest self on stage.
Ooh.
And there's just something empowering about the essence of being a woman and exuding all of that energy and spilling it on the stage.
Just don't
for others to laugh at.
Don't slip. Watch your step walking out of here. Sheesh. And you got that voice. So I do a lot of podcasts, right? So when someone's talking, it rings, but your voice has a hook on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? When I'm listening to your voice got a hook on it, and it's just like, that's why I think I pop up.
Real shit.
Like, yeah, like I'm like, oh, I was like, okay.
I like that.
Way to explain it. That's how it feels to me. Hello.
Right.
Yo. Okay.
I love that.
And what about what is one of those what is one of those pieces that you like to place on the wall for those to experience, you know? If I'm trying to put it in a cool way, I shot the shot.
That's what I've been like, not struggling with, because I tend not to repeat pieces. Like I create, not to say I create for the events, but it's like I just like to not be in a box.
Okay.
Because my reason for writing stems from trauma, loss, depression, PTSD, and I don't want to be put in a box as like the sad poet.
Yeah, that's not.
You know, I want to share the light that I have inside of me.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think I like to focus on pieces that remind people to be in the present. So I do haikus.
Haikus. Yeah. Okay, so I've heard the word haiku.
Yeah.
Did I say that right?
Haiku.
Yeah.
Bless you.
You funny.
Yeah. No, but like, so can you tell us what exactly that is?
And haiku is a Japanese poem that uses the format. The poem has 3 lines. And it consists of, the first line has 5 syllables.
Okay.
The second line has 7 syllables.
Okay.
And the last line has 5. So the reason that I even started writing them was to use it as an exercise to just get me to writing randomly whenever.
Right.
And I'm working on it. I've been trying to memorize some things.
Okay.
As far as my pieces.
Yeah.
But the haikus too, it's like, let me do something fun or engage the crowd. I added something too recently. I turned a few of them into knock jokes.
Dope.
Yeah.
But
I
do have one that's like embedded in my mind because it was one of my first ones, I'll say.
Right.
To remind people to be present and don't waste real time. Focus on still moments more. Appreciate life. Haiku. Yeah.
You have to say haiku at the end of it.
I do, you know.
I like that.
You done?
I like
it was that quick.
I like down in everything. I'm down in everything.
Respect.
Right.
Namaste. Haiku. That is dope.
She needs to also mention about being a haiku champion.
See, that's why. That's
you know what? Friends remind me who you are. Because, like I said, I don't like to speak about myself.
Yeah.
So back in February.
We've been talking for 50 minutes. I'm sorry.
Well, it's all around friends. So the rewind.
All right.
My journey with wine and poetry started back last August. I was interested once again in attending a show that I saw on my timeline.
Right.
Was being hosted by Cool Cole and this new person. Her name was Thelma Johnny. And I'm like, oh, okay, let's go, because this space is familiar and I want to get to know, what other artists are there.
Right.
So once again, I invited Sissy, Still City Amazon,
hello,
and our other friend, and we went, and I got introduced on the stage by Cole. He's like, you didn't even say your name. And I was like, my name is IncoMEplete, shy, or whatever. Yeah. Fast forward to when the event was over and things were being shared. In the caption, this is Thelma Johnny person shared the caption and said, view our poet IncoMEplete. I'm like, I don't know who is this saying that I'm their poet? I'm not nobody. So that, and I was already, from experiencing the show,
right.
I was like, oh, I need to go to their event. It's every other week. I said, I can't make the next one.
Right.
But I'm going to come to the one after that.
Okay.
And the one that I could make, I shared. And then the second one that I went to was their 6-month celebration. And I shared. Fast forward to this bond and this rapport and this relationship that we've all, connected with through poetry. Yeah. Right. And so I recently said to her, I teased her, I said, you knew what she was doing when you said, my poet. And it's like, I like that. You manifested these moments, within the community. And once again, the connectedness, being relatable and just being genuine and learning and getting to know each other through being transparent. It's mind blowing. So shout out to Wine and Poetry, Thelma Johnny, Creative Eve, Cannabis Queen, Cole, everybody. Like the community is really. And
speaking of community, shout out to I'm gonna say Still City Amazon for bringing that one up. Like the importance
reminding
of the people,
each other.
Yeah, the importance of that.
Yeah.
To me, like that right there is the magic. Like that right there is one of those key factors that we don't always put into the formula. Yeah. It's the ones you surround yourself with. When your battery's low, they have the energy in the back, and they're willing to say, "Hello, here you go." Yeah. You know what I mean? Because they want it. It's so much grander together than it is on a solo mission. Because a lot of times it's so much solo that we get stuck in there. You need somebody to help you, like get out of your own way sometimes, because you gotta feel yourself so all the time. Like that's weird. Don't pause. But like when you gotta, you know what I'm saying? When you gotta be in tune with your emotions so much to it could be a slippery slope.
Right.
You can get stuck down there.
That is the tough part, but it's definitely worth taking the risk. But having some support systems to understand where you're at and where you're trying to go and encourage you to continue along your journey is so important. So I'm so thankful for the many poets, creatives, artists that I've met along the way that are just a positive influence in my life. But IncoMEplete here is like bomb.com when it comes to that.
I love when you keep saying that.
She understands. We have so much in common because we are part of the creative space, but we are so individual and different at the same time. We just click. And I gotta give a shout out to LaRonda with L'Amour Naturals, who is our stylist, who is also
that's the real friend.
All together.
We love you. Big me.
Connected to all of our stories out here. Connected to every
big shout out.
Hello. Shout out to you. We love you.
A great loctician.
Hello.
You should follow L'Amour Naturals.
You should book her on Fresher.com. I'm just saying. We plugging our friends all day long.
This is the key.
We got authors.
This is the key.
We got writers.
But not only am I a poet, I would definitely lean towards the word of creative because not only do I do poetry, but I also do the physical art. I host paint events.
I've seen
this
that.
year.
I've been seeing that.
Yes, the next one is coming up in November. So the flyer will be dropping soon.
Okay.
And it's just a nice. I have collaborated with the Dankest Social Club Pittsburgh. If you know, you know.
You always put that too. You know.
Flicks DM me for more information.
Get your ticket.
And it's a BYOB smoke friendly event, and it allows adults to get creative, and we connect with Paint at Your Own Risk, which is another Black-owned business on the West End. She has her own space, but she has canvases that she has created with images, and we use those to paint, like paint by numbers or whatever. Yeah. So we're doing a lot of collaborating with that, and I'm just so thankful to have the opportunity to connect with other creatives.
Right.
Like she said, authors.
Absolutely.
Your newest endeavor. We kind of bypassed that, and I interrupted. I apologize.
We got another one happening.
Because you were given a golden ticket.
Oh my God!
Golden ticket.
I was given a golden ticket. Yes. So, shout out to Grind City Media LLC, who hosted an event for Off-Man series, and I was able to host that event. So I'm also a host.
Right.
I was able to interview the people who participated in that film. There I met Tara J.
What?
And Tara Jackson.
Yeah.
She is a CEO of Hot XX Mag online magazine. She does Hustle Hard to Get It reality show.
That's what the name is starting to click. That's what the name's starting to click. I got you. I see where this is going.
Yes. So I tried out for Hustle Hard to Get It season 2, and I received a golden ticket. They want to see what the girl does.
Okay, yo, shout out to you, because the build up for it. You had us all just like, yo, what happened? Like, because you tried to post. You were posting a few things, and like an update. You just dropped it on here. Is this the first time people are hearing about the golden ticket that they want to see?
This really is my first opportunity to talk about the golden ticket with Hustle Hard to Get It season 2. Filming is about to start soon in October. Yeah. So we're going to make it official here on Sunday, and I'm excited about that. There are so many creatives that are going to be on the show. Yeah. So I just am looking forward to adding my spice, my flavor, and my classy sassiness.
All of the above. I'm ready for all of the above. I really am. I
love that.
They got the right one.
They do.
They got the right one.
They knew what it was. They knew how to drop that. They knew how to drop it.
You know, there's these moments where I think when you get to casting, you just know it when you see it. You can have like these certain things, but there's just certain things that just
without a doubt.
That just glue, right? You do have this personality, this person that you are is very welcoming, but also very informal, and also brings a light to every room you walk into. You've been like that since we were younger, like
always, naturally. They're like, is she really that nice? Yes, that's really her. That's what
turn upside down.
She really that sweet. She's not a Sour Patch, I swear.
Like it truly is. Every time even when I seen you when I was younger, when we were younger, right. It was one of those things where you just know, like, so that smile is real. It's a genuine thing. You know, there is a beam inside of you that just glows. Yeah. Even if you ain't feeling it, we feeling it.
Yeah. It's always said when we're around, like, it's like you just feel this energy just being next to her.
Yeah,
it just makes you feel better.
Yeah, it does. I feel comfort. I feel safe. I feel Happy. Look, you trying not to smile.
She's smiling.
I'm blushing here.
Let's bring it back. And before we do leave, I was going to say we're going to need your autograph, but you guys do deserve to sign the table. You sat down for this. We need that on the table, like that y'all were here because you were and you are and you're going to remain here. And also, I don't feel like this is like. I feel like this is the first time, not the last time.
It's not.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
It's not the last. There's so much more.
There's so much more going on here.
There will be.
You don't get moments like this. This just feels right.
Right.
You know what I mean? As nervous as we all were, because let's just put it out there.
The nerves. And the nerves were negative to positive.
Hello.
Can we
talk about that?
Negative to positive store on Instagram.
Hello.
I rock forever.
Yeah.
Blessings. Love you.
Blessings. Check that out, my people, man.
Yeah.
Check that out. No, but these are the moments where I got to pay attention to because it doesn't feel like this. This is a
surreal moment for me.
This is like all we gotta do is just talk.
That's it.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful and thankful for the space to be able to share some positive energy and vibes across the internet. Yeah. You know, it's so much negative things that are out there, but to choose to participate in something positive is priceless.
Right.
And sharing, subscribing is free.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it don't cost a thing to
support.
It
don't cost a thing to support.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I just want to encourage everybody to continue to support our creatives.
It's a creative journey.
Because
you never know, like, this may start with poetry, this can evolve to so many. I see it evolving into so many different things, man.
Yeah.
Like that is possible. You know, videography work. You know, short films. Like there's poetry short films. Like short film poetic short films. Mm-hmm. So like actually I did kind of one. I want to show y'all too. I'm gonna get to that one. Definitely. Yeah. I got a few things. I'm just talking to talk, but
I'm excited.
But it feels like. The energy I embodied was that of someone who does like slam poetry on stage, right? Mm-hmm. Right? Like came across this thing called freedom, and I was like freedom. Am I dumb to think that I'm free?
Mm-hmm. Let's go.
So it's called the West
Entendres.
I did a whole. There's a video on YouTube. I'll share it to you guys. Mm-hmm. But before we do leave out of here, I do want to give them another opportunity to bless themselves with an opportunity to see y'all live. You know, to see y'all where can they see you?
What's the next appearance?
Because I already know this. I didn't have to ask you if there's going to be something next before this, because I kind of already figured there's probably something already in the works where it's like, you know what, we're going to be on stage.
Where are we at next?
Well, I'll just say once again, this is Crystal Bartley, aka Still City Amazon. You can share, follow, subscribe.
Yeah.
You can find me on all platforms, including Cash App. Still City Amazon, y'all.
I love that.
Yes.
You got a voice that can carry a party, man.
I hosted a wedding before.
Yeah, you got that energy. This almost feels like who's your boy from New York? Quiet Storm. He always got the storms. He breaks all the records. I can't get his name right now. It's
okay.
Flex. Yeah, Flex.
Oh, I see that.
Yeah, like he's always like, oh yeah, I got another. Like somebody's coming with a new jam and he's trying to break the jam. He plays it like 13 times. Mm-hmm. But it's him talking in between it that makes you carry on. Like, come on, just play this song. Mm-hmm. You gotta be excited. You gotta be hyped. Okay, you got my blood pressure up a little bit right now. Let me calm down.
Beautiful.
Calm down.
Just to talk about my personal events that you can find me at will be in November. That I want to shine a light on, and that's going to be the Naked Poet Society with the Pittsburgh Poetry Collective. It's going to be a part of the Art in the Nude tour at the Mattress Factory on November 16th. So I'll be one of the poets who will be presenting at that event. Very excited about that. And then look out for flyers for the next Puff Puff Paint in collaboration with the Denkin Social Club Pittsburgh. Yeah. But you can find us Sunday through Monday on the scene.
For sure.
Absolutely, man.
Well, currently, I'm trying to think of what's next exactly. Tuesday, the Steel City Slam will be hosting a slam. It's a compliment slam. Okay. At the Poetry Lounge, which is like our home space for events.
In Millville.
So, yes, that is in Millville on 313 North Avenue.
I was going to say, drop that
Drop that on. That's on the 8th, upcoming as well, next Saturday. I got invited to be a guest coach on something called the Slam Jam. It's going to be online.
You said coach?
Right. I don't know who gave me a coach. Yeah, but I mean, I do participate in slams, and I've placed in quite a few of them.
Some things.
We were both just at the Grand Slams.
Right. Right. Exactly. What do you mean? We were both a part of the slam team to represent the city at the Ohio Meat Grinder, and my sissy here is Steel City Amazon.
So many stories. There's so many stories that we need to tap on. There's so many stories. Like, y'all don't even get it. Like, I was like, hold on, did we talk about? No, it was a whole different.
Yeah.
You gotta remember. Which I mean, y'all gotta remember.
It's to sit down and really think of it all, because something's always going on. Yeah. But you can follow her. Y'all know where. Steel City Amazon, all platforms, including Cash App. You can follow me at IncoMEplete. That's INCO capital ME, the big me. If you can handle it, it's the big me. You'll remember. Pleat with the number 1 at the end, and that's on all social media.
All right, man.
Thank you for this opportunity.
Absolutely, man. And you guys, you know what you're watching. You're watching a podcast about nothing. When someone's nothing may be something to someone that can make a difference, make their tomorrows better than the yesterdays. And we just had a dope one here. So if you're just hopping on now and you haven't got a chance to see the whole thing, I recommend you take it back. Yeah. What do they say when you say something in poetry and it was like, bring it back? What does they say? They say rewind the thing. That's what I'm talking about. Hello. And man, put that in your cup and sip it. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Ooh. That was dope. We out. All right, y'all.
Thank you so much.